Hey guys, it's Jay. So, what do you guys think of Nick Fuentes? Are you 100% confident in him? Because after what he said just now, like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, he was just in some kind of conference call with other people talking, and he was talking about how we need to keep giving Israel money.
Because they're saying the president's policy is let's make Israel independent from the United States. That's not good for the United States, and this is going to sound like counterintuitive, but you could look it up. Last summer, all the Jews got to. This sounds dumb the way I'm saying it, but look up Tablet Magazine. It's a Jewish paper. In July 2023, they did a symposium on foreign aid to Israel. And so all their contributors wrote, for or against whether we should get rid of it or not get rid of it. And the guy's name is Siegel. He's like a prominent neocon. His dad's a big neocon, and they're connected to everybody. And the main article says we need to get rid of foreign aid to Israel, but not for the reason that you think. We all thought we were based for being against foreign aid to Israel, and for obvious reasons. We need to spend the tax dollars here. True. But what Siegel, I think his name's Jacob Siegel, his dad's Fred Siegel. What Jacob Siegel argues is no, we need to get rid of the foreign aid to Israel because it's acting as golden handcuffs. They're saying that as the left becomes more anti Israel and the left is hegemonic, the United States will use the aid that they give to Israel to leverage Israel and restrain Israel.
Because he was responding to what JD Vance said about Israel. JD said that we want to keep helping Israel so they become independent. And Nick was saying, no, that's not what we want because we want to keep giving them money so we can control them.
And JD Vance, look into him. He runs a hedge fund. He was with Peter Thiel. The guy's like a Straussian. JD Vance says we need to arm Israel so that they can conduct an independent foreign policy. We need to arm them so that they can confront Iran. So, like, this is the policy, and the policy is to make Israel independent of us. But we want these countries. It's actually, ironically, America first to make these countries dependent on us. Like, same thing. It's going to sound counterintuitive. I don't support the war in Ukraine, but it is indisputable that the war in Ukraine has made Europe more dependent on the United States. And it is bad for Europe. It is very bad for Europe. It is lethal for Germany. Germany will never recover from the economic damage of Nord Stream 1 being destroyed by the United States because they need the cheap energy for their.
And that sounds so ridiculously stupid. I don't know what he's talking about. We've been giving them money for decades, right? Have we were we ever able to control them? I mean, never. So the reason it's not just this though. What really makes me think about him is because don't forget it started with J6. On J6, he was at the riot um, and he was one of the guys with Ray Epps basically saying the same thing, was telling people to go in. And people who did far less just for walking in there when they had police letting them walk in, they got so much like shit and prison time. He got nothing. And so that's what people were iffy about. But then I got annoyed because when Charlie Kirk died, Candace Owens was going and that's when she started, her investigation to see what really happened to Charlie. And within the first week or whatever, Nick was saying that, talking a lot of shit about her, saying, like just condemning her for blaming Israel because there's nothing that shows Israel did it. Now, why I got mad is because the same reasoning he gave to why Candace shouldn't say or question Israel being involved in Charlie's murder is the same reason why he should shut his mouth and not say that it wasn't Israel. I mean, how can you say we don't have evidence and it's been so fast since so soon after Charlie died? So that's way too much for her to make a decision like that. But same time, same everything, but he's saying the opposite. But what he's saying is true. So he knows for sure somehow it wasn't Israel. And he didn't just say it once, twice. He said it over and over and over. And it was annoying because, like, you get my point. He's been a hypocrite. That means it goes both ways. If she shouldn't say it was them, he shouldn't say it wasn't them. And now this whole thing about Israel and controlling them, it's really weird because like he knows that's bullshit. His whole show is called America First. And how the hell is that America First? We're $38 trillion in debt. So giving money to anybody right now is not America First. But that's the only country he's ever said that we should give money to. I was actually kind of surprised he said that, because that's not the solution. Control. First off, controlling takes a lot of effort. Even if what he was saying is right, oh, if we give them money, we can control them. Even if we can't control them, their size, Israel, is the size of an America, just one state in America. So what are we going to control with them? What? I mean, we have other allies. We have Saudi Arabia. We have Iran was actually one. United Emirates, Egypt. So what is he talking about? We have enough allies in that area, the Middle East. And it's funny because like this whole thing about Ben Shapiro, and even till this day, he kind of talks a lot of shit, even after Charlie died, saying that Charlie was a sellout for Israel and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, but you're saying the same thing that he's saying, but you're supposed to hate him. So Charlie never claimed to hate Israel. He always defended them because he liked them. But Nick's saying basically the same thing, except that he's supposed to hate Israel. It doesn't make sense. And this whole like, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me what you guys think, because we've had enough of this bullshit where people come up, we start thinking they're legit, and then something always happens to start it off. Then you find out we're just idiots again. And I'm tired of feeling like an idiot, because that's the only thing I feel like an idiot in is politics. So it's really annoying, and I think he deserves a scrutiny, because if he's gonna keep doing what he's doing and change people's minds, that's cool, if you believe it. Don't do this speaking out of both sides of your mouth, or speaking out of your mouth and then the other side of your ass. It's not what we need anymore. We don't need this tough talk. We just need legit badasses. That's it. Because it's getting old, right? Anyways, that's basically it. You guys tell me what you think, and I'm not trying to be like those other YouTubers that say, "Oh, tell me if Trump's the better choice for president." Kamala, they ask, all these creators always ask a question that's obvious just to get an interaction. I actually want to know what you guys think. Anyways, have a good day. Take care. Peace.
Run it up.